how to reupholster an ottoman. This ottoman actually matched the couches that I recovered in a slipcover tutorial here on my channel. So if you would like to see more on how to slipcover an ottoman, keep watching. I'm going to start by removing all of the hardware and separating the top from the bottom. The top from the bottom, I'm going to start focusing on upholstering the bottom because it's going to be the quickest and easiest to get done. Prior to filming this video, I did take off the legs, so I'm still debating on whether I'm going to leave them this dark wood color or paint them white. I'm definitely leaning more towards white. So my game plan is to use this nice gray upholstery fabric. I got this for $9 a yard at Joann Fabrics, and I got 2.5 yards. I'm really hoping that's enough. I should have measured beforehand, but I didn't really. I just kind of wung it. I didn't go in looking for fabric for this project. I just kind of found it, so I just kind of got it. My game plan for the top of the ottoman is to do some tufting. So I will probably do a different video for the tufting because that's like a project in itself. Let's get started. To get a rough idea of how much fabric I'm going to actually need for the top of the ottoman, I'm going to actually carry the ottoman over, lay it on the fabric, and kind of just rough cut a piece for that so I know how much I have left over to use for the bottom. I haven't decided yet if at the corners I'm going to sew them or use like a iron-on adhesive to put the pieces together. You most definitely could do that if you don't own a sewing machine or don't want to get that far into depth with it. Going to take this piece of fabric that I just cut down to fit the lengthwise of the ottoman. I'm going to go ahead and section this off into the pieces for all 4 sides of the ottoman. Lay the pieces wrong side out along the sides, pin it, sew it, turn it right side out back on it, and it should fit pretty perfectly. So once I've cut 4 strips for the bottom down, I'm going to go around and measure all of the sides, make sure that they are exact. And then I'm going to lay the pieces together, pin them, and then sew them inside out. So that when I'm done and I turn them right side out, it should fit very nicely and snug over top of the bottom of the ottoman and the padding. Then from there, I will take the rough edges, fold them over the inside, and staple. Now that I've sewn all 4 sides together, we get to actually start to see the ottoman come together and take shape. So I'm just going to turn it right side out because I did sew it inside out so that the seam was on the inside. And I did go about 1/4 of an inch smaller than the measurement that I took. That way it would fit nice and snug around the batting. And you will see that there's going to be some overhang, and that's so that there is enough room to secure it on the inside and on the bottom of the ottoman with staples. mentioned this in the beginning, but you definitely could leave the Ottoman upholstered and just reupholster over top. You don't necessarily have to strip it down to nothing. Now all I have to do is go around, secure it at the top and the bottom, and then I am totally done with the bottom. You could do something fancy on the inside as far as making your edges look nice, but I'm really not that concerned. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and use a staple gun to secure the top to the inside of the Ottoman. Once you're finished with the top, you're going to flip this over and do the exact same thing on the bottom, just making sure that you are pulling nice and tight so that there aren't any ripples. Starting to come together. The only thing as far as the bottom that I have left to do, I want to get some fabric and recover the bottom insert that sits in here. I don't think I'm going to paint the inside. I don't think I'm that concerned with it. It's not the prettiest, but like I said before, it isn't like I'm going to be looking inside of it except for to stick stuff in here. So, but I would like to cover the bottom. So I'll probably cover that maybe at a later date, maybe this time around, I don't know. So next I'm going to start working on the top, which is probably going to be the most time-consuming part because I do have to do tufting to the top of it, which like I said, I'm going to do that in a totally separate video because it's going to be a little bit time-consuming, and I'm sure will max out this video if I include it in this video. So I will go ahead and just get started on that. So now that I have this tufted, I'm actually going to flip it over and finish stapling all of the edges like I did around the base. Putting this back together, I think eventually I am going to get fabric that matches the inside, and I'm going to cover this back side so when it is open it's not such an eyesore. But for now I'm going to go ahead and put it all back together.